let's go back to the quick search thing and let's see what we can do for customers, okay? We're just going to kind of do it. So get me back to the help file for the quick search. Where am I going to go?
Home.
Perfect. Stereo, home. Talk me through it real quick.
We're on map, yeah?
Yep, from the map.
All right, sorry, sir. Let me get there.
We're going to go to customers.
We're going to go to quick search.
We're going to go to quick search to get that help file.
And then we're going to go to the top and choose help.
Correct.
Or at the bottom.
Or at the bottom.
But we're still in quotes. Do we want to switch to customers?
What we're going to do is just kind of see what are our options for customers, and then we're going to start playing with some customers. We got a bunch of customer data out there, okay? So this will be kind of fun. I would like you guys to get to the help file that is actually for the quick search, okay? And the way that we did that, I'll pop through it again because this is huge. This is how your vehicle, how this thing works. From the home page, from the interactive map, I clicked on the top left link that says quick search. And then I said help. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down until we get to customers. Customers has a few more. Shannon, are you the good reader?
Yes. Oh, well, I'm a reader.
Okay, let's have you be the good reader for us, if you don't mind.
Customer.
Under customer, yeah.
The word customer is a cork-wide setting and may be changed per business entity. The search options for customers are new, search and add new customer, home, go to the main customer homepage, ADV, short for go to the advanced search, all, show a printable list of all customers, last, get last customer entered by you, numeric, actual customer ID number, and general alphanumeric search, any part of the customer name or phone number. The general customer search is a great way to start a new shopping cart or element of type or specific customer. As a special side note, by doing a general customer search, you are also able to search the customer tax ID field, virtual license number field, the cell phone field, the home phone, the work phone, and the email address field. All of these quick searches are done by doing basic or generic alphanumeric customer search.
So customers are awesome. If you use the quick search on a customer, you can search email, cell phone, home phone, work phone, name, ID, like a bunch of things. Yes?
Okay, so say like you had something, a medical type thing where you were looking for somebody's allergies. If I use the FlexGrid and put that in, would then I also be able to search once it's connected?
Correct.
Once I add it as a field, could I use that now and to say who has allergies?
Correct. So what you would do is you'd have to know where the data is stored. If it's all stored in the FlexGrid, guess where I most likely am going to go to search that? To the FlexGrid, okay? If I am looking for a single customer and what is tied to their FlexGrid, all of a sudden I just changed gears and I'm saying I need to look at Mikkel and see what her allergies are. I totally changed focus. If I'm looking for general allergies that are assigned to all customers and it's held in the FlexGrid, I need to be over here at FlexGrid.
If I put it as part of my thing then for my customers, so I made it a line item, then I should be able to go to customers though too then and see it, correct?
Okay. There are some connections there, but once again, you kind of have to figure out where it's really stored. We allow exports for customers is one of the most common ones to have FlexGrid on, but you have to realize they're technically stored in two different places, okay? As far as the relationship, are you looking for a single customer and what they have, or are you looking for every customer and not even worried eventually they'll connect to those, where are you searching it? And that's just kind of the way the system is set up. I'm not sure if that makes sense or not, but where is the data? So basically, in a way, you're still saying kind of a pull technology. If you think systematically, where's my data stored? Oh, I'm going to go right to a specific customer, and then I'm going to get what's attached to her, okay? I'm starting a customer and drilling backwards to FlexGrid. Or are you trying to say like this? I want everything that's in the FlexGrid, and then I'll get to customers. Does that make sense how I'm differentiating it?
Yeah.
Okay, once you learn that, you're like, okay, cool, I know exactly where to go, and we can help you get that. And there's even reports where you can mix and blend the things together, okay? But ideally, you need to learn like systematically where these things are at, okay? So let's do some of these under customer. Let's have you guys open up a new window, okay? I'm going to keep this one open so that we can kind of bounce back and forth. If you want to, one of the easiest ways to do it is scroll up to the top of the page, right-click on the logo and say open in a new window. Open link in new window. Click. So now I'm technically going to have two windows open. One's going to be the help file, and one's going to be the one that we're going to actively be searching and pinging. Okay. So the first one let's do is let's change our quick search to customer. And once again, the reason we have the CW is that means it's corp-wide, meaning it'll automatically flip itself to whatever kind of type we want it to be. Okay, what was one of the ones that we can do? Who has the help file open that we can pop down through this? So customer, the word customer, new is one of the first ones. So let's go to our spot and say customer new. Takes me right to the search form, okay? Because you have to search for a customer before you add it. So it's like, okay, I'm ready. What's next? Okay, the next one on the help file says we can do home. It might look like we're going to the exact same spot, but say you were at somewhere else and you typed in home, it's going to take you right back here. This is considered the customer home page, okay? The next one that we can do is ADV. You'll like this one. This is pretty awesome. So up at this quick search, customer ADV.
Oh, this is where it gives all the detail.
Okay, so this is the advanced search. ADV is a keyword for advanced search. So if I wanted the advanced invoice search, I could go invoice, ADV, and all of a sudden I'm able to search main, line items, payments, like it just allows for tons of stuff. There's 3 different forms on this page alone right here. And you can scroll down. This is the advanced customer search. What would you like to look for? There are 3 forms. If it scares you and you're like, oh my goodness, you can actually technically hide a bunch of those little forms. There's some links at the top here that says, only show the main customer, only show the customer log search form. If I click on this, watch, I'll still be on the advanced customer search, but it's going to kind of change its format. Oh, I collapsed the main one, and I collapsed the contact one. Now you're only dealing with just the log search. If you want to, if it's easier for you to manage, we do have some links that basically show and hide some of those search fields. The advanced customer thing has 3 different search fields. Main customers, which is the main things, the log files, or the additional contacts that you have added to them. Okay? Okay, I'm going to flip back to the help file here real quick. The next one is all. All gets us a printable list. Let's see what that does. So customer all. I have 21 current customers in here that we've kind of been playing with. And at any one of those, you have tons of links off to the right-hand side. If you want to go, oh, George Jetson, I can tell Sherry's been in here. Just for fun, we're going to click on, oh, how funny, you've got some families. So this is just called what's called the gallery. And anything that we allow photos to go to, you get a gallery. If you want to go bigger, you could easily click on one of those images, and it'll actually take you to the bigger image of that. Once you're inside the images, you can even toggle between the different ones, depending on what you wanted to do. Just return to the main item. Okay, let's see what the next option is. We just covered new, home, advanced, all, numeric. Oh, let's do last. Let's do last before we do numeric. Customer last. So this is the last one I physically entered. It's not the last one that you were looking at. It's the last one that I physically entered at. Let's go ahead and do customer last. Hit it. Tom Smith was the last one I did. I made him into a quote. Okay? And then I could now go into his log, his payment history, whatever I wanted to do on that kind of thing. Okay, let's do this. Just so you guys can all do the same numeric value, why don't you go up here to say customer and say you knew this number. And often this will be a copy and a paste, or pieces of paper and pencil. You'll write it down. Type in this number, 271769. I'll repeat that, 271769. I'm going to copy and paste, so ideally you'll be somewhere else. Say you happen to be like, oh, I don't even know. Pretend that I'll just copy and paste it. Click, copy, paste, go. Boom, it did a quick little search for me. Like I didn't move anywhere because I was already here, but hopefully you guys all ended up in the same spot with Tom Smith. Okay, that's a numeric search. It quickly can help you get there. Let's pop over real quick to the help file. What's the next one? The Genera Alpha search. This is where you can do email, phone numbers, addresses, even some of their special license things. The reason that we put a note about that special license one, it has a corp-wide setting that says, would you like to name that field? And would you like to use it? Like, it allows you to name it. So we call it the customer tax ID number. That's the default name for it. But you could literally put membership number, card number, VIP, like whatever, and you could search that. Even if you have like a swiper, here's how you do a swiper. It's a piece of cake, okay? This is called a human interface device. Say you have a little swiper that can swipe a card. You basically have it plugged into your computer. You select customer on the quick search, and as soon as that cursor is blinking right there in the search field, guess what you do with the card? You swipe it independently on this little thing. What it does is it reads what's on that magnetic strip, sticks it in that thing, shoop, and it does the search for you. Oh, there you are, like type of thing. So just for instance, right here, watch this. Say I'm home. I just switched back. That was my help file. I wanted to stay there. Just a minute. Let me switch back to the other window. Say I'm right here, and it's right here. It's ready for me. Okay. Let's pretend that I'm going to swipe it. Swipe. I'm just going to put paste because I already have a value stored in here. Watch this. Pretend that it just swiped and did this all by itself. It'll bring me right to that particular thing. But instead of it being a special numeric value that it did, it would actually be technically the license number. To show you how this works, watch this. I'm on Tom Smith. I'm going to hit edit. We're going to scroll down to where the customer tax ID number is here. What's a good value that we want to search for on this?
Phone.
The word phone?
Or the phone would already been on.
So the phone's a different spot. Why don't we do this? Why don't we go DD-12, something like that,
Yeah.
okay? Watch this. DD-12. I'm going to edit this customer. Click. And I'm going to go somewhere totally different. So I'm not even really where I want to be searching at. If I use the quick search and I go, say I'm going to swipe it now, and this is the same as swiping. Swipe. Virtually what happens is it takes that value, and it's as if somebody goes like this. It's like you have a speedy typer, but you read it from here rather than your keyboard. That's why it's called a human interface device, okay? It technically doesn't do any special magic. It says, oh, I can translate that into text, and then I'll submit it, okay? So, yes?
Okay, so we're talking about swiping a credit card, right?
No, it's different than a credit card, okay? We do that for a payment to checkout, but there are a lot of places that have like a
ID.
license number or something like that, an ID, a card, something like this. This is how some of the people are using our system. They'll be sitting there, and the receptionist, the person comes in, hey, how you doing, ma'am? Yep, do you have your card? Yep, just a second, here it is. And they present their card or photo ID or whatever it might be, and the person says, it's blinking there, customer or patient or whatever it might be, and it's blinking right there, and they just go like this, swipe, and it's as if they typed what that magnetic strip translated, okay? So they don't do anything. Customer,
But you
blinking
already
cursor,
had to have the,
it's preloaded into
it's
that.
preloaded.
But if
in
it's
there.
not, and somebody comes in and it's not there, it's like, I didn't find you, can I get your last name? Oh, they'll try something else. Okay, it looks like I need to add you. Can you pull up, I'm gonna need you to fill out this paperwork. Like, that's how I would do it if I was in that type of scenario. So we're gonna type this in, okay? Ready? DD-12, right?
Case sensitive, sir.
No. Let's actually change that just for fun.
I tried it, yeah.
DD-12. So that's not case sensitive. We did a capital DD and pretend that I just swiped it and I hit enter. Shoop, takes me right back to Tommy. And guess what? Because he has a customer ID, he has this. If we search Mikkel Moore, watch this. Go up to the top and type in Moore, M-O-O-R-E. She won't even have that field show up because she doesn't even have it assigned. Okay? It's kind of like it virtually kind of says, oh, I don't need to show that field because they don't even use it. So it tries to collapse itself as much as possible. We actually have a number of more. We have Shannon, Mikkel, Cheryl, and Brandon. And technically, if we wanted to, we could even take one of these guys and turn it inactive. Because we don't necessarily want Mikkel in there twice, unless it's a different person.
Well, see, what's interesting, because the reason it shows up twice is because I did it as retail, she did it as normal, that's why it's showing
Okay.
twice.
But that's fine. If you wanted to, you could technically
Yeah.
turn one of them inactive.
Yeah.
And then later on, when you go to pull your reports, you have a little filter. Hey, do you want everything, or do you want just your active, or just
Okay.
your inactive? You could even be like, hey, let's see if some of these inactive ones might want to rebuy from me again. So it's just a way to categorize things. It does change the links on here. If you have an inactive person, it'll kind of be like, I'm not really going to let you do a shopping cart for me because unless you turn me active again.
So what would, oh, sorry.
No, it's fine, keep asking.
So what would happen if I went back in and edited and put them both to the same type? Would it then tell me I already had it there, or would
No.
it take the information, it wouldn't?
No. Basically, they're independent records, and that's a
Okay.
great question. But basically, at that point, you're kind of, okay, you just need to go away or whatever.
Go away.
But you can technically have John Smith, and they are literally two different people. Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's
there's no validation in there as far as that goes. But we just try to help you to manage it, and then you can kind of go from there. So. Awesome. Let's go back to the. Let's see here. Does anybody have questions about the customer quick search? What's just real quick as a review, and I want people who are doing this later on, if you go to that help file and you figure out what you could do, it'll help you tons. It'll help you tons. I happen to know that one of these guys has a phone number. I don't even see it right here, but I entered one of my guys as a phone number of 555-555. Okay, just even put in a portion of that. 555-55, something to that effect. Now let's actually go look at his log and see what his physical phone number is. 555-555. We just did a phone number search and happened to pull up Fred Flintstone. Okay, the quick search, when you learn this big bad boy, this is how you jump around. Okay, and it's so powerful because David, thank you David, he made it show up on every single page. He's like, man, that's a great feature. Let's stick that thing here. So if I'm here and say I wanted to go to the customer homepage because I wanted to manage my customer types, how would I do that in a heartbeat? I could either look for a link, because guess what? Add edit photos, up. I could click customer homepage, or I could go quick search and go customer home, enter. Okay? Like from anywhere in the system, home, enter. Boom, I'm right here. Manage customer types. Bam. Once you learn how to use this quick search, you are going to be dangerous, okay? It's literally the thing that allows you to virtually jump all over. If Steve's in his cockpit area and he's doing this little swivel thing, kind of like this, the quick search can allow you to be in invoices and immediately over in deposits and immediately whatever you want, okay? The quick search is amazing, and it has a bunch of keywords, and it is documented in that one help file. It'll kind of help you know what some of those things are. So real quick to get back to that help file, because that's probably another recommended read. How would we do that? You go home. You get to the map. If you're not on the map, say you were somewhere totally different, okay? You're on a totally different page. You need to come up to the chooser, get to the map, click on the quick search button. Once you're there, it has a link directly to that help file, okay? And there's multiple places you can get it from. It's the exact same help file. Click. This tells you all of your information on the quick search.
Quick search tips and tricks.
Correct. There's a number of different pieces. It goes clear down. If you're a barcode person, you can come down here and say, how do I do barcodes? Oh, you can do this and this and this and this and this and this and this. Hey, if you want to know, you can actually search this. This one has a link from one help file to another help file for barcodes. You go to this other piece, it has, hey, you can search my cart favorite buttons, recipe and builds, flex grid tie-ins with barcodes and stuff like that. So just so you know, the help file system really, it doesn't necessarily hold your hand, but there's a ton of information there. If you're willing to read, there is some great information. If you're not a reader, we're trying to work on that. We're trying to add some YouTube videos. We're trying to add some teaching, hands-on training courses. We're trying to teach our reps so that they can go out and actually hands-on hold your hand and walk you through some of these processes.
Was there a logic in the order you put these?
That's probably random. Probably not. If you want, I could alphabetize them.
It might help.
Okay, that's a great idea. I'm going to just scribble that down real quick.
Can I
Because I
I would,
recognize it.
I would recommend, bullets too, instead of paragraph. I like to read it like PowerPoint.
Mhm.
If you're saying something, say it short and sweet.
Okay.
And I'm serious, you could do those, like when you were just going through every one of those things on a customer, boom, 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 a bullet for every one of those, and a little, remember 8x8 on PowerPoint? If you do it like PowerPoint, it's like you're saying the whole thing in a quickie.
Okay, great,
Quickie way.
great. That's awesome, that's awesome.
Maybe if you did it that way, it would make a difference, but I would love it to be bolded, so as I look down through that, I can go,
Yep,
oh,
that's a good
barcode.
idea.
Otherwise,
Good
I'm
idea.
having, there's nothing that's showing me what it is.
Perfect, perfect.
Yeah,
You guys know
bold.
what you're doing right now? I'm writing this down. I happen to be pretty good at writing things down. We get this from all people. So I heard,
This notebook's going.
Alphabetical, bullets,
so I heard bullets.
Not this one.
Alphabetical,
Alpha,
bullet,
and bold.
bold. Those are
and
good things.
bold. Perfect. Tell you what, I will do that pretty darn quick, okay?
Which is so nice with your system is, if this was all in a,
And if it was
put
on
it
a
to
disc.
computer, oh, we gotta go back and change all that.
Yeah,
You go in and go boop, 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 change.
That's a new version, and it will
And-
cost you $500.
Yeah, if you want bold, that's expensive.
One other quick thing on your help file,
Yeah.
if you had a T.O.C. at the top,
The table of contents of
yeah, and I wanted to go right to this piece,
So
and you could lay them across, you
those
don't
are
have to be
jump
down,
ins,
but
yeah.
just make it, in space-wise, make it there. But boy, if I had to hit it, and you know how to do that top, bottom, and on a jump thing, you wanna not scroll.
You got that
I don't
one
like
place.
scrolling.
There's
I
other
like
places.
jumping.
Oh, yeah.
Boom, 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 jump,
Yeah.
jump, jump.
I need some help.
Yes, sir?
You know what? This is awesome. I will do that because I know that this one happens to be kind of random and out of place. There's a whole nother project that we can do to tweak out these help files. And I briefly mentioned it, but actually one of the cool things that we have is the entire system is built on a one-to-many relationship, okay? We've talked about 50 million different one-to-many relationships. Our pages are built on a one-to-many relationship, so we can virtually start cross-tying and all sorts of neat things that we haven't even explored that option yet, but it's set up to allow us to do some sweet things. Thank you, that's wonderful, wonderful. And if there's more things, I happen to have a semi-secretary.
Yeah.
Have her help me record some
Keep her
information.
going, keep her busy.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, any other questions? We quickly covered the quick search. I'd like to take a little break right now. And basically, that was a great session on the quick search. It's super powerful. I'll fix that help file so it'll look a little bit better. Matter of fact, just for kicks and giggles, while you guys are doing your break, I'm going to take a break as well, but I'm going to be cranking a little bit. And if you want, you can watch what I'm doing, but I'm not going to be talking. But just as your break, go ahead and mill around, and I'll be seeing what I can do to tweak on that. Okay? That's a wonderful idea.